helpful, and like just I'd show up to practice most times. I would be late to shows. Me and the singer would be late. Like the drummer and the guitarist are like, "Oh my god, we have to go on stage now."
Awful. You're awful, bro.
Oh yeah, no, back then. That's back. I'm good now, man. I promise. I'm good now. Like the.
Well, you're a one-man band now, so it don't matter. But.
Oh yeah, no. Like I think that's part of it. Like I honestly I've been with a lot of bands, but I like in those days like I didn't really learn how to be a good bandmate. And honestly, for the sake of other people, like I probably should stay alone for a little while until I learn how to properly take care of myself, and then I can work with other people a little bit better. I haven't even done that many collaborations in recent years. You know what I mean? I used to do all kinds of collaborations, like bands would we'd swap guitarists for a night or whatever, and like write a couple extra songs, and that like I was from a community like you know what I mean, like the province I'm from, you probably never heard of it before, but now that you've heard it, you might hear it again. Like Newfoundland, it's Newfoundland.
I know Newfoundland.
Oh, cool. Like yeah. I mean, everyone's got their own way to say it, but it's on the very most eastern, cold, isolated part of Canada. And I mean, not the most isolated part, but it's pretty isolated. So like the people, like about 250,000 people live in my city. And so that's enough to have like some, a fair amount of bands. It's a very musical place too. As you can tell, my whole family's are musicians. And so all the bands, like not all of them, but a lot of them like know each other. Like I was in the punk community, right? So like there was a lot of it was a fair, I wouldn't say it was tight knit. There was always some sort of drama, always some sort of like problem. But
you're young. Drama happens when you're young.
It just happens. I don't know. It just comes out. It falls out of the sky sometimes. Like it felt like. But I was like, I'm gonna be good. Yeah, I'm gonna be good this month. Like no, you won't. But so there's the same couple of bars, right? Like there was like probably 4 or 5 bars that were like the punk bars, that the same probably like rotations of bands would play these bars. The same people would come to the shows, the same drug dealers, the same whatever. Like it was like so there's a community, right? So we all kind of knew each other, and that's why you gave a funny look when I said, oh, we swapped guitar players and stuff. That wasn't so weird where I was from, right? Like you would have like, especially if there was a lack of a certain resource, like bassist, for example. Like I was in a fair amount of bands very temporarily, just like to fill in for a night or whatever. But there'd be some drummers. How can I forget drummers? Drummers, like each drummer has a minimum of 3 bands where I'm from. It's like,
yeah,
like yeah, it's like even my dad. Like he goes from like show to show sometimes. Like he's not a musician professionally, but like he plays with a lot of professional musicians, and
but it's good money.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I'm sure he could get paid better if he. I don't know. I actually haven't talked to him much about the business aspects of his personal music adventures journey, but
I mean, just being a drummer in general in a place that's so in demand for it has got to be somewhat good money. At least you're getting consistent gigs.
Well, they deserve the money. My God, like the amount of sacrifice that drummers have to make just to have like a show go off is 10 times as much as probably any other musician in the room. You know what I mean? Like because the shit's so expensive. Like their equipment is drummers. The equipment is so expensive. They have to get it there. No one helps them. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we'll do, but like they're always the one. Like if you guys get paid $50, the bass player and the guitarist are at the bar drinking. The drummer has to pay the cab home. You know what I mean? With all the drum equipment. So it's just like, and it's just so much to lug. You know what I mean? And like I've seen so many drummers just like the last one in the bar because they're still packing their shit up, or they're like, because they might have to lend some of their equipment to other bands as well, because there's not that many drummers, right? So like one drummer might be in, that one drummer might be in 3 different bands. You know what I mean? So like one drummer might be in like 3 bands at a show.
That right? Sounds so like a lot. And if it's so expensive, I couldn't imagine actually letting somebody borrow your equipment. You have to be real good friends with them, or have insurance.
Cymbals are a no-no. I hear like cymbals, anything that breaks like and is expensive to replace. Like a drum head, like might not be that expensive for like someone to replace, but cymbals are hundreds of dollars, right? Some of these,
so like at least it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like even like ones with like little circles in it to get like really unique, crazy sounds.
Yeah.